catch a prey, but they are also able to eat or mine. Pretty impressive, right, Namira?
That's very impressive indeed, Shahira, but there's also another bird of prey that everyone should look out for, and that would be
Oh, wait. Did you guys hear that? Namira, did you hear that?
Yes, that's a familiar call, but it's not coming from the brownie kite, so where's it coming from? Oh, look right up there! Everyone meet Nelson, our white-bellied sea eagle. White-bellied sea eagles can be found in Southeast Asia, and they're one of the largest birds of prey you can spot in the skies of Singapore.
White-bellied sea eagles, they have feet with rough undersides which can help them to grip onto slippery and struggling prey, just like fish and even snakes. In fact, they specialize in hunting venomous banded sea cranes.
With me, I got a replica of a venomous sea snake. So in the wild, you'll be hunting prey just like this. Alright, let's see if Nelson would like to snatch this from the surface of the water. Alright, let's see if he lands. Alright, he lands. Alright, Nelson, whenever you are ready. Right over here, buddy. Alright, calculating. Diving in and well, I don't think he is interested in the rapid. I think he wants the real one, but well, we don't have that here. I think he's quite interested in something at back of house.
But Namira, he almost got it though. But not to worry, we actually have a video to show you guys how a white-bellied sea eagle was to snatch a prey off the surface of the water. Take a look at the screen, everyone. There we go. Beautiful catch done by Nelson, isn't it? Let's all give him a big round of applause, everyone.
Well, Shahira, that catch is exactly why the white-bellied sea eagles are my favorite birds of prey to spot in the skies of Singapore.
But Namira, we have all seen our brownie kites earlier on. They are medium-sized raptors, but don't let their size fool you, as they are also able to steal a prey from a bird as big as Nelson, our white-bellied sea eagle. So when you're walking around our parks here in Mandai, don't forget to look out, as you might be lucky enough to spot some wild raptors flying around. And this is how they will look like in the skies of Singapore. Now the one on the left is a white-bellied sea eagle, and the right a brownie kite.
It's easy to spot the differences between these two birds. First would be their obvious size difference, and then their coloration, and last but not least, the shape of their wings. So when they're flying, the white-bellied sea eagles have a V-shaped wing and a wedge-shaped tail.
And for the brownie kite, they have an edge-shaped wing and a U-shaped tail, and they are also much more brownish in color.
Each year, 2 million raptors migrate during the winters from their breeding grounds in Europe and Asia and traveling to as far as Africa. This is a perilous journey and thousands never make it to their destination.
Thousands around the world are being killed for sports, so we need your help to save and protect these birds. Or soon, our skies will be empty.
Indeed, birds of prey, they are vital to the health of the planet. They help to remove old, sick animals and to help get rid of pests. So one bird in particular helps us with pest control. That bird is none other than the owls. Everyone meet Eclipse, our ladyfish owl, another local species that you can find right here in Singapore. The rodents that these birds hunt for never hear them coming. That is because owls, they are the masters of silent flight.
Well, speaking about silent kites, Namira, we have another Malay fish owl right up there. And that is Latte. And in a while, Latte will be joining us here on stage. But for this part, I'll need every one of you to please remain seated. I repeat once again for everyone to please remain seated and do not try With that, let's all take a look at how silent an owl flight can be. Okay, Latif, do you want to join us here on stage? There we go. Truly silent indeed. Let's all give Latif a big round of applause, everyone. And now the reason why owls are capable of silent flights is because they have soft edges on the tip of their feathers which alters air turbulence and absorbs noise, making their flight as quiet as a whisper. They also have incredible eyesight and binocular vision just like us.
So speaking of eyesight, the colors of their eyes tells us when they like to hunt. So owls with yellow color eyes like Latif and Eclipse, they hunt during the day. Owls with orange eyes, they hunt during sunrise and sunset. So what about owls with dark black eyes? Well, they like to hunt during the night.
Well, another interesting fun fact about the owls is that they are capable to turn their heads all the way around. But my question for everyone is, how many degrees do you think an owl can turn its head to? Just shout out any answers. Any answers, anyone? Oh, 270, 270 over here. 180 degrees. Any other answers? No? Any answers on your side, Namira?
270? Alright, anyone? 180. 360. Wow, that's a lot of guesses, Shahira.
Well, we do have quite a variety of answers here in the crowd, but let me share with you the correct answer, alright? Now, the correct answer is actually 270 degrees. Give yourself a big round of applause, everyone. And if you're wondering what a 270 turn look like, take a look at the screen. And all the way to the back. Pretty impressive, right? Now it's commonly mistaken that owls are capable to turn their heads to 360 degrees. But 360 is a full circle. If an owl were to do that, it might just break their necks. And we do not want that to happen to Latif and Eclipse here, right? And with that, I think our two lovely Malaysian owls have done an amazing job here on stage. Let's give it up for Latif and Eclipse, everyone.
Alright, Eclipse very excited to head back home. Well, home is all the way back to your trainer, right over there, sir. Excuse me. You see someone who you know over there? Alright, sir. Home is that way? There you go.
Well, you have met some of our favorite birds of prey from Asia. So now we are moving west to the Americas to meet some charismatic raptors. And first up, we have Susie, our American bald eagle. Wow, look at her, isn't she such a beauty? So Susie has been with us for almost 27 years now, making her a much-loved member of the Mandai family.
So in zoos and bird parks just like this one, animals tend to live a lot longer than they would in the wild. So that means after working for so many years, our animals get to retire.
If you want to take a look at the screen, this is our large and shaded raptor retirement aviary. So that means when our raptor retire, they have the perfect environment, nutritional diet, and even medical care.
Oh, and speaking of medical care, if you take a look at the screen once more, you can see that our trainer is giving Susie eye drops to help her with the cataract on both eyes.
Everyone, this is Ethan, a senior brownie kite, a star from our previous Europe Bud Park. Now, Ethan here has to be hand-fed daily because he is partially blind. But if you don't know our retirees, they love to stay active and stimulated. And that is why Susie is out here to see all of you today.
That's right, Shakira. Well, it looks like it's time for Susie to head back home. Let's give it up for Susie, our American bald eagle.
Well, impressive flight maneuvers. But what if I were to tell you that some birds of prey, they prefer to take a stroll instead of flying? So Namira here is setting up the stage for our next raptor. This bird looks like a falcon with sharp beak and talons, but he behaves like a vulture who would sometimes feed on carrions. So from the South and Central America, let's all welcome Raul, our southern crested caracara. Hello there, Mr. Raul.
Now this is an unusual bird of prey. He uses his long legs and flat claws to walk and forage on the forest ground skillfully. Right now he is busy turning over all the rocks and wood chips in search for the trees that hidden underneath. And in the wild they'll be looking for insects and worms. But what if the insects that they were looking for decides to fly off? Well, southern crested caracaras are able to do vertical flights into the air just like this.
Namira, you heard that? No one's impressed, Namira. I think Raul can do much higher.
Okay, then why don't you show us that?
Okay, Raul, we're gonna show them. Okay, come over here, buddy. Okay, we're gonna show them how high you can fly, okay? So everybody, get your cameras and phones ready, and all the way up! Wow! Well done! And it looks like Raul here has done an amazing job here on stage, and it's time for him to head back home. There we go. Let's give it up for Raul, everyone. Our southern crested caracara. Thank you. But southern crested caracaras, they're not strong enough to rip open a large carcass on its own. They will need help from bigger bird friends. Bird friends like vultures. But vultures, they are widely misunderstood birds of prey. When you see them on TV, they are often portrayed as evil birds, circling around the skies with ominous music and a sense of impending doom. But we are here today to tell you the real story.
Vultures, they use columns of air to fly and glide in search for carcasses using their strong sense of sight and smell. Vultures, they help to prevent the spread of contagious diseases.
Now with that, let's all welcome our very first vulture, Zina, our turkey vulture. Turkey vultures, they come from the Americas and they're one of the few birds with a finely tuned sense of smell.
So that means when there is a carcass nearby, turkey vultures are usually the first ones on the scene. And followed closely by the bigger vultures who will help to rip apart the tough hide of the dead animal.
Another interesting fun fact about the turkey vultures is that they have really strong stomach acid. A stomach acid to as close to 0 pH level, and this helps them to digest carrions pretty well. Now I got a question for everyone. Turkey vultures, they are known to have strong stomach acid, but what mammal in the animal kingdom that also has a strong stomach acid? Any guesses, anyone? No? Okay, I think I'm gonna give you guys 3 clues, okay? Now, this animal, it starts with the letter H. Its vocalization sounds like a laughter, and it can be found in night safari. Hi now! Who did that? Yeah, let's give a big round of applause, everyone. Hyena, they're also known to have strong stomach acid, and this helps them to digest things such as food, bones, and even horns. And it looks like Zina here has done an amazing job here on stage, and it's time for her to head back home. All the way back to your trainer, Zina. There we go. Let's give it up for Zina, everyone, our turkey vulture. Our next scavenger is also from the Americas. In Mayan legend, these birds, they were seen as the messengers between humans and God, earning them the title king. Now, this beautiful vulture is the only vulture in the world with multicolored head and light-piercing colored eyes.
And joining us on stage is our trainer Mano. Everyone, let's say hi to Mano.
Hi, Mano.
Alright, and as you can see in his hand, he's holding on to a tool called
With that,